Prayer isn't just words spoken to the sky or a ritual we perform out of habit. It's a powerful tool that can completely change your life because it taps into the amazing power inside you. Many people think prayer is about asking for things from a higher power, but it's so much more than that. Prayer is a way to connect with the deepest parts of yourself and the world around you. It's like having a direct line to the universe, and when you use it right, amazing things can happen. Think about it. How many times have you prayed for something and felt like nothing happened? That's because there's more to prayer than just asking. Prayer is about believing, feeling, and knowing that what you want is already on its way to you. It's about understanding that you have the power to shape your life through your thoughts and feelings. This is what Joseph Murphy taught, and it's why his ideas about prayer are so important. If you don't use prayer correctly, you might miss out on its incredible benefits. This means learning to pray in a way that really works. Many people pray without really understanding what they're doing. They say the words, but they don't feel the power behind them. They ask for things, but deep down, they don't believe they'll get them. This kind of prayer doesn't work, and it can leave you feeling frustrated and disappointed. But here's the thing. When you learn to pray effectively, it's like unlocking a secret door to everything you've ever wanted. You start to see changes in your life almost immediately. Good things start happening, and it feels like the universe is working with you instead of against you. This is what Joseph Murphy discovered, and it's what he wanted to share with the world. Learning to pray effectively means understanding how your mind works. It means knowing how to use your thoughts and feelings to create the life you want. It's not about begging or pleading with a distant God. It's about tapping into the power that's already inside you and using it to manifest your desires. This is what we're going to explore in this video, and by the end, you'll have a whole new understanding of what prayer can do for you. Now let's talk about Joseph Murphy. He wasn't just another self-help guru or spiritual teacher. Joseph Murphy was a pioneering figure in the world of mind power and spiritual growth. Born in Ireland in 1898, he came to America and became fascinated with the power of the mind. He wasn't satisfied with traditional religious teachings that seemed to keep people feeling powerless. Instead, he wanted to understand how we could use our minds to create better lives for ourselves. Murphy spent years studying different religions and philosophies. He looked at Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, and many other traditions. But he didn't just study them. He looked for the common threads that ran through all of them. He wanted to find the universal truths about how our minds work and how we can use them to improve our lives. What he discovered was revolutionary. Murphy found that all these different traditions had one thing in common. They all recognized the power of the mind to shape reality. He realized that prayer wasn't about asking an outside force for help. Instead, it was about tapping into the incredible power of our own minds, especially our subconscious minds. So what did Joseph Murphy teach about prayer? His main idea was simple but powerful. Your subconscious mind is the key to everything you want in life. He believed that when you pray, you're not talking to a God outside of yourself. Instead, you're communicating directly with your subconscious mind. Murphy taught that your subconscious mind is like a powerful computer. It doesn't judge or question. It just accepts whatever you feed into it. When you pray with real belief and feeling, you're programming your subconscious mind to create what you want. It's like planting a seed in fertile soil. If you nurture it with positive thoughts and feelings, it will grow and bear fruit. One of Murphy's most important teachings was about the language of prayer. He said that effective prayer isn't about begging or pleading. It's about stating what you want as if it's already happened. Instead of saying, "Please God, help me get a better job," Murphy would teach you to say, "I am now employed in a wonderful position, doing work I love, and earning an excellent salary." This might seem strange at first, but it's based on a deep understanding of how our minds work. Murphy also emphasized the importance of feeling in prayer. He taught that it's not enough to just say the words. You need to feel the emotion of already having what you want. If you're praying for better health, you need to feel how good it feels to be healthy and full of energy. If you're praying for a loving relationship, you need to feel the joy and warmth of being in that relationship. This feeling is what makes your prayers powerful. Now, you might be wondering why Joseph Murphy's ideas about prayer are so important. After all, there are lots of spiritual teachers out there. What makes Murphy special? The answer is simple. His teachings work. People who have applied Murphy's principles have seen amazing changes in their lives. They've healed from illnesses, found great jobs, improved their relationships, and achieved things they never thought possible. Murphy's insights matter because they give us a practical way to use prayer. He doesn't just tell us to have faith. He explains how faith works and how we can develop it. He shows us how to use our minds in a way that aligns with the natural laws of the universe. This isn't about magical thinking or wishful dreaming. It's about understanding how our minds shape our reality and learning to use that power consciously. Another reason Murphy's teachings are so valuable is that they empower us. In traditional religious teachings, we often feel like we're at the mercy of an outside force. We pray and hope that our prayers will be answered, but we don't feel like we have any control over the outcome. Murphy's approach puts the power back in our hands. He shows us that we have the ability to create the life we want through our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Murphy's insights also matter because they bridge the gap between science and spirituality. He was writing at a time when science was starting to understand more about how the brain works. His ideas about the subconscious mind align with what we now know about neuroscience and psychology. This means that even if you're not particularly religious or spiritual, you can still benefit from Murphy's teachings. They're based on how our minds actually work, not on blind faith or superstition. One of the most important things Murphy taught was about the power of the subconscious mind. He believed that our subconscious minds are incredibly powerful, much more so than our conscious minds. The subconscious is like a vast storehouse of knowledge, memories, and patterns. It's always working, even when we're asleep, and it has a huge influence on our lives. Murphy explained that our subconscious minds don't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. This is why visualization is so powerful in prayer. When you vividly imagine something, your subconscious mind starts to believe it's real. And when your subconscious believes something, it starts to make it happen in your life. Think about it like this. Have you ever worried about something so much that it actually happened? That's because your subconscious mind was working overtime to make your fears a reality. But the good news is, this works just as well with positive thoughts and desires. When you fill your subconscious mind with positive images and beliefs, it starts to create positive experiences in your life. Murphy taught that prayer is a way of communicating directly with your subconscious mind. When you pray with feeling and belief, you're sending a clear message to your subconscious. You're telling it what you want to experience in your life. And because your subconscious is so powerful, it starts to arrange things to make your desires a reality. This doesn't mean that you'll get everything you want instantly. The subconscious mind works in its own time and in its own way. But when you understand how to use it through prayer, you start to see amazing changes in your life. You might notice new opportunities appearing or find yourself thinking and acting in ways that bring you closer to your goals. Now let's talk about Why belief is so crucial in prayer. Murphy often said that belief is the substance of all things. What he meant was that your beliefs shape your reality. If you believe something is possible, your subconscious mind will work to make it happen. If you believe something is impossible, your subconscious mind will make sure it stays that way. This is why many people feel like their prayers aren't answered. They might be saying the right words, but deep down, they don't really believe what they're saying. It's like planting a seed and then constantly digging it up to see if it's growing. You need to have faith and trust that your prayer is working, even if you can't see the results right away. Murphy taught that when you pray, you need to pray with absolute conviction. You need to feel and know that what you're praying for is already yours. This might seem hard at first, especially if you're praying for something that seems out of reach. But remember, your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what's realistic and what's not. It only knows what you tell it through your thoughts and feelings. One way to build this belief is through affirmations. These are positive statements that you repeat to yourself. For example, if you're praying for better health, you might affirm, "I am healthy, strong, and full of energy." Say this with feeling and really imagine how it feels to be in perfect health. Do this regularly, and you'll start to notice changes in how you feel and in your overall health. Another important aspect of effective prayer that Murphy taught was gratitude. He believed that being thankful for what you already have opens the door for more good things to come into your life. When you're grateful, you're focusing on the positive things in your life. This puts you in a positive state of mind, which makes your prayers more powerful. Murphy suggested starting and ending each day with gratitude. Before you get out of bed in the morning, think of 3 things you're grateful for. It could be something as simple as the comfortable bed you slept in, or the fact that you have another day to live. Before you go to sleep at night, do the same thing. This practice keeps your mind focused on the good things in your life, which makes it easier to believe in the good things you're praying for. When you pray, include gratitude as part of your prayer. Thank the universe, or God, or whatever higher power you believe in, for answering your prayer even before you see the results. This shows that you have faith that your prayer will be answered. It's like thanking someone for a gift before you've opened it. You're showing that you trust and appreciate them. One of the biggest obstacles to effective prayer is negative thinking. Many of us have habits of worry, doubt, and fear that can get in the way of our prayers. Murphy recognized this and taught ways to overcome these negative thought patterns. He suggested that whenever a negative thought comes into your mind, you should immediately replace it with a positive one. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, "I'll never get that promotion," immediately change it to, "I am fully capable and deserving of this promotion." It might feel strange at first, but with practice, it becomes natural. Murphy also taught the importance of watching your words. The things you say out loud have a powerful effect on your subconscious mind. If you're constantly saying things like, "I'm so unlucky," or "nothing ever works out for me," you're programming your subconscious to create more of those experiences. Instead, make a habit of speaking positively about yourself and your life, even when things seem tough. Remember, the goal isn't to ignore problems or pretend everything is perfect. It's about maintaining a positive, solution-focused mindset even when facing challenges. This positive attitude makes your prayers more effective because it aligns your conscious thoughts with the positive outcomes you're praying for. One of Murphy's most powerful techniques for effective prayer was visualization. He taught that when you pray, you should create a clear, vivid mental image of what you're praying for. This isn't just daydreaming. It's a powerful way to communicate your desires to your subconscious mind. When you visualize, try to engage all your senses. If you're praying for a new home, don't just see it in your mind. Imagine how it feels to walk through the front door, smell the fresh paint, hear the sound of your footsteps on the floor. The more real you can make it in your mind, the more powerful your prayer becomes. Murphy suggested doing this visualization just before you go to sleep at night and right after you wake up in the morning. These are times when your conscious mind is more relaxed, making it easier to impress ideas on your subconscious. Spend a few minutes each day really living in the experience of having what you're praying for. It's important to note that visualization isn't about forcing or straining. It should be a joyful, relaxed process. If you find it hard to visualize at first, don't worry. Start with something simple like imagining a red apple and work your way up to more complex scenes. With practice, your visualization skills will improve and your prayers will become more powerful. Murphy often emphasized the importance of persistence in prayer. He taught that you shouldn't just pray once and then forget about it. Instead, you should make prayer a regular part of your daily life. This doesn't mean you need to spend hours praying every day. Even a few minutes of focused, heartfelt prayer can be very powerful. The key is to be consistent. Pray every day, preferably at the same time each day. This creates a habit, and habits are powerful things. When you make prayer a habit, you're constantly reinforcing your desires and beliefs in your subconscious mind. However, persistence doesn't mean constantly worrying about whether your prayer will be answered. Murphy taught that once you've prayed, you should trust that the answer is on its way. Don't keep asking for the same thing over and over out of fear or doubt. Instead, use your prayer time to express gratitude and to reinforce your belief that what you've asked for is already yours. Remember, prayer isn't just about asking for things. It's about aligning yourself with the good you want to experience in your life. When you pray persistently and with faith, you're constantly reinforcing this alignment. Over time, you'll start to see amazing changes in your life as a result. Now that we've covered the basics of Joseph Murphy's teachings on prayer, let's dive into one of his most powerful techniques: visualization. Visualization isn't just daydreaming or wishful thinking. It's a powerful tool that can supercharge your prayers and help you manifest your desires more quickly. So, what exactly is visualization? Simply put, it's the act of creating a clear, vivid mental image of what you want. When you pray, instead of just saying words, you create a detailed picture in your mind of what you're praying for. It's like watching a movie in your head, but you're the director and you get to choose exactly what happens. Why is visualization so important in prayer? Well, remember what we learned about the subconscious mind? It doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. When you visualize something vividly, your subconscious mind starts to believe it's real. And when your subconscious believes something, it starts working to make it happen in your life. Now you might be thinking, that sounds great, but how do I actually do it? Don't worry, it's easier than you might think. Here's a simple step-by-step guide to help you visualize effectively in your prayers. First, find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Get comfortable and take a few deep breaths to relax. Close your eyes and start to imagine what you're praying for. Let's say you're praying for a new job. Start by imagining yourself waking up in the morning, excited to go to work. See yourself getting dressed in clothes that make you feel confident and professional. Now imagine arriving at your new workplace. What does the building look like? Is it a tall office tower or a cozy startup space? See yourself walking through the doors, greeted by friendly faces. Imagine sitting at your new desk, working on interesting projects. Feel the satisfaction of doing work that you love and that makes a difference. Don't just see these things, try to feel them too. How does it feel to be valued and appreciated at work? What does it feel like to be financially secure, knowing you're earning a good salary? The more real you can make it feel, the more powerful your visualization will be. Murphy taught that the best times to visualize are just before you go to sleep at night and right after you wake up in the morning. These are times when your mind is naturally more relaxed and open to suggestion. Spend a few minutes each night and morning visualizing what you want. Make it a habit, just like brushing your teeth. Remember, visualization isn't about straining or forcing. It should be a joyful, relaxed process. If you find it hard to visualize at first, start with something simple. Imagine a red apple or a beautiful flower. As you practice, you'll find it easier to create more complex and detailed visualizations. The key is to be consistent. The more you practice visualization, the more natural it will become. And the more you reinforce these positive images in your mind, the more your subconscious will work to make them a reality in your life. Now let's move on to another powerful technique that Joseph Murphy taught: feeling the answer to your prayer. This technique goes hand in hand with visualization, but it focuses more on the emotional aspect of prayer. Murphy often said that feeling is the secret when it comes to effective prayer. What he meant is that it's not enough to just visualize what you want or say the words of a prayer. You need to feel the emotion of already having what you're praying for. This feeling is what really impresses your desire on your subconscious mind. You might be wondering why feeling is so important. Well, think about it this way. Our emotions are like fuel for our thoughts. When you combine a clear mental image with a strong, positive emotion, you create a powerful force that can transform your life. Your subconscious mind responds more to feelings than to words or even mental images. When you feel the joy, gratitude, and excitement of already having what you want, your subconscious accepts this as reality. And remember, once your subconscious accepts something as real, it starts working to make it happen in your life. So how do you actually do this? How do you generate these positive feelings when you pray? Here are some steps to help you. Start by relaxing and getting into a positive state of mind. You might want to think about something that makes you happy or grateful. This puts you in the right emotional space to begin. Next, as you visualize what you're praying for, really immerse yourself in the experience. Don't just see it, feel it. If you're praying for better health, feel how good it feels to be full of energy and vitality. If you're praying for a loving relationship, feel the warmth and joy of being with someone who loves and appreciates you. Try to make these feelings as intense as possible. Really let yourself experience the happiness, gratitude, and excitement of having what you want. The stronger the feeling, the more powerful your prayer becomes. One challenge you might face is maintaining these positive feelings, especially if your current situation is very different from what you're praying for. Murphy had some advice for this too. He suggested practicing gratitude throughout your day. Look for things to appreciate, no matter how small. This keeps you in a positive emotional state, which makes it easier to generate positive feelings when you pray. He also advised against dwelling on negative situations or complaining. When you catch yourself feeling negative, consciously shift your focus to something positive. Remember, your goal is to feel as if your prayer has already been answered. The more you can maintain this feeling, the more effective your prayers will be. The third powerful technique that Joseph Murphy taught for effective prayer is the practice of gratitude and acceptance. This technique might seem simple, but it's incredibly powerful and can really amplify the effectiveness of your prayers. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you when something good happens. It's a state of mind, a way of looking at the world that can transform your life. When it comes to prayer, gratitude plays a crucial role. Murphy taught that gratitude is like a magnet for blessings. When you're truly grateful for what you have, you open yourself up to receiving even more good things. But here's the really powerful part. Murphy advised being grateful not just for what you have, but for what you want, as if you already have it. This might sound strange at first. How can you be grateful for something you don't have yet? But remember what we learned about the subconscious mind. It doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. When you feel genuine gratitude for something, even if it hasn't happened yet, your subconscious mind starts to accept it as real. Start your prayer by expressing thanks for what you already have. This puts you in a positive, appreciative state of mind. Thank the universe, or God, or whatever higher power you believe in, for your health, your loved ones, your home, your job, whatever you feel grateful for. Then, express gratitude for what you're praying for as if you've already received it. For example, if you're praying for financial abundance, you might say, "Thank you for the financial abundance that is now flowing into my life. I'm so grateful for the security and freedom this brings me." Feel the gratitude as deeply as you can. Let it fill your heart and your entire being. The more genuine and heartfelt your gratitude, the more powerful it becomes. The other part of this technique is acceptance. Murphy taught that after you pray, you should accept that your prayer has already been answered. This doesn't mean sitting back and doing nothing. It means trusting that the wheels are in motion and your desire is on its way to you. Acceptance is about letting go of worry and doubt. Once you've prayed, don't keep asking for the same thing over and over out of fear that it won't happen. Instead, trust that it's already done. This trust, this acceptance, is a powerful force that allows your desire to manifest. After you've expressed your desire and felt gratitude for it, say something like, "I now accept that this or something better is already mine. It's done." Feel the relief and peace that comes with knowing it's taken care of. Throughout your day, when thoughts of your desire come up, remind yourself that it's already done. Don't worry about how or when it will happen. Just trust that it's on its way. If doubts creep in, gently remind yourself of your acceptance. You might say to yourself, "I've planted the seed with my prayer. Now, I trust in the process of growth." Remember, acceptance doesn't mean you become passive. You still take inspired action when opportunities present themselves. But you do so from a place of trust and confidence, not fear or desperation. When you combine visualization, feeling, gratitude, and acceptance in your prayers, you create a powerful force for change in your life. You're not just asking for what you want, you're aligning your entire being with it. You're creating a clear image in your mind, feeling the emotions of already having it, expressing heartfelt gratitude for it, and accepting that it's already yours. This is the essence of what Joseph Murphy taught about effective prayer. It's not about begging or pleading with an outside force. It's about aligning yourself with the good you desire and allowing it to flow into your life. When you practice these techniques consistently, you'll start to see amazing changes. Your prayers will become more powerful, and you'll find yourself manifesting your desires more quickly and easily than ever before. As we've explored Joseph Murphy's teachings on prayer, you might be feeling excited to put these techniques into practice. But before you do, it's important to be aware of some common mistakes that people often make when praying. By avoiding these pitfalls, you can make your prayers much more effective. One of the biggest mistakes people make is praying from a place of lack or desperation. When you pray with a feeling of neediness or fear, you're actually reinforcing those negative feelings in your subconscious mind. Remember, your subconscious doesn't judge. It just accepts what you feed it. For example, if you're praying for financial abundance, but you're feeling worried and stressed about money, your prayer might sound something like this. Please, please, I really need more money. I'm so worried about paying my bills. This kind of prayer, even though it's asking for what you want, is actually focused on what you don't have. Instead, try to pray from a place of abundance and gratitude. Even if your current situation isn't ideal, focus on what you do have and the abundance you want to experience. Your prayer might sound more like this. I'm grateful for all the abundance in my life, and I'm excited about the financial prosperity that's flowing to me now. Another common mistake is not truly believing in the power of prayer. Some people pray out of habit or because they think they should, but deep down, they don't really believe it will make a difference. This lack of belief can prevent your prayers from being effective. Remember what Murphy taught about the subconscious mind. It responds to what you truly believe, not just what you say. If you pray for something but don't really believe it's possible, your subconscious won't accept it as real. To avoid this mistake, work on building your belief in the power of prayer. Start with small things that are easy for you to believe in. As you see results, your faith will grow, and you'll be able to tackle bigger prayers with genuine belief. Patience is a crucial part of effective prayer, but many people give up too quickly when they don't see immediate results. They pray for something for a few days or weeks, and when it doesn't happen right away, they assume it didn't work. Murphy taught that sometimes there's a delay between your prayer and its manifestation in the physical world. This doesn't mean your prayer hasn't been answered. It just means that things are being arranged behind the scenes to bring about what you've asked for. To avoid this mistake, cultivate patience and trust in the process. Keep praying and believing even if you don't see immediate results. Remember to express gratitude for the answer, knowing that it's already on its way to you. Many people make the mistake of trying to figure out exactly how their prayer will be answered. They get caught up in the details and start to worry when things don't happen exactly as they imagined. Murphy taught that it's not our job to figure out how our prayers will be answered. Our job is to be clear about what we want, to believe it's possible, and to feel grateful for it. The how is up to the infinite intelligence of the universe. When you pray, focus on the end result you want, not on the specific way you think it should happen. Be open to unexpected opportunities and solutions. Sometimes, the answer to your prayer might come in a way you never imagined. While prayer is powerful, it's not a substitute for action. Some people make the mistake of praying for what they want and then sitting back and waiting for it to magically appear. Murphy taught that prayer should be combined with inspired action. When you pray effectively, you'll find yourself feeling motivated to take steps towards your goal. You might have new ideas or notice opportunities you didn't see before. To avoid this mistake, be ready to act on the inspiration and opportunities that come your way after you pray. See these as part of the answer to your prayer and take action with confidence and enthusiasm. As we wrap up our exploration of Joseph Murphy's insights on prayer, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned. We've discovered that prayer is far more than just asking for what we want. It's a powerful tool for transforming our lives from the inside out. We've learned that the key to effective prayer lies in understanding and harnessing the power of our subconscious minds. By using techniques like visualization, feeling the answer, and practicing gratitude and acceptance, we can communicate our desires to our subconscious in a way that leads to real change in our lives. We've also explored some common mistakes to avoid, like praying from a place of lack, not truly believing in the power of prayer, giving up too soon, focusing too much on the how, and neglecting to take inspired action. Remember, prayer isn't about begging an outside force for favors. It's about aligning ourselves with the abundance and goodness that's already available to us. It's about changing our inner world so that our outer world can reflect that change. As you go forward and apply these techniques in your own life, be patient with yourself. Like any skill, effective prayer takes practice. You might not see dramatic results overnight, but if you persist and stay consistent, you'll start to notice positive changes in your life. Start small if you need to. Practice visualizing and feeling gratitude for little things in your daily life. As you build your faith and see results, you can tackle bigger prayers with confidence. Remember, you have within you the power to shape your life through your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Prayer, as Joseph Murphy taught it, is a way to tap into that power and use it consciously to create the life you desire. So go ahead, put these principles into practice. Visualize what you want, feel the emotions of already having it, express sincere gratitude, and accept that it's already yours. Take inspired action when opportunities arise, and above all, believe in the power of your prayers. Your life is waiting to be transformed. The power is within you. All you need to do is unlock it through the incredible tool of prayer. So why wait? Start now and watch as the magic unfolds in your life. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, or in this case, a single prayer. Your new life is waiting. Embrace it with open arms and an open heart.